Hey everybody, your friendly math tutor here with the SAT Daily Challenge, Monday, May 11th, 2026. We have a doozy here today. This is a pretty challenging problem. So what we have is if we write this, basically if we factor this expression, we can get it so that j and k are positive integers, which is actual factors. And then it says we can do it in a way where l and m are positive non-integers. So that is just wouldn't be considered factors because they're supposed to be integers, but it's just another way to break it down. All right. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to first just multiply all this out. So I'm going to get 6x to the fourth, and then I'm going to get 3kx squared, and then in this one I'm going to get 2jx squared, and then finally I'm going to get jk. And then when I match it up with our original, what I know is when I combine my like terms for the x squared, I'm going to have 3k plus 2j. That's going to have to equal this 19 right here. And then the jk itself is going to have to equal 10. And what I want to remember is this is going to be when I go to Desmos and graph this, I'm gonna let j be x and k be y. So I'm gonna have jk. But if I just multiply if I like FOIL out the second one, I'm gonna get everything exactly the same. I'm just gonna have l and m's. Now the j and the k will be the intersection that are integers. So these are the integers. And then when I'm going to use the same Desmos graph. There's probably just going to be a second intersection. That would be if I had done this, and that would be the L and the M. So these will be my non-integers. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go to Desmos, and I'm going to just make it so that it's X and Y instead. I'm going to be careful. J is X right here, and K is Y. I'm going to make it x and y instead and see the intersection points. And I'm going to have two different intersection points. And one of them will be integers. That'll be j and k. And the other one will be decimals, which will be l and m. So let's go do that. And so I'm going to have 3y plus 2x equals 19. So remember, Desmos really needs it to be x and y to actually graph it on the xy axis. And then xy equals 10. Okay, so notice I have two intersection points. One of the intersections is 2, 5. I'm just writing this down for when we go back. The other one, 7.5, 1.3 repeating is 4/3. So now I'm going to jump back, right? So we found our two intersection points of this system as x and y. Now I'm going to jump back. Again, to reiterate, I get the same system regardless of if I use J's and K's or L's and M's. All right, but the J and K were supposed to be integers. So the J and the K must be the 2, 5. And the L and the M are the non-integers. So that would have been the intersection 7.5. Actually, I'll just use, it's not going to matter. I'll just use 1.3 repeating. I thought we were going to use it, but we won't because we want K plus L. So K is 5, L is 7.5. And if I add those together, I get 12.5. That is a very challenging problem, all right? But we kind of multiply it out, match things up, come up with a system, use Desmos for the system, and then realize that by giving it two different ways, they're just describing the two different intersection points of the graph. Okay, hope that helped.